With a 40-year history, the House of Scherrer still has what it takes to make heads turn. Producing both haute couture and ready-to-wear collections, the French fashion house prides itself on its modern and inspired designs. Founded by Jean-Louis Scherrer in 1962, the house produced garments that were classic, restrained and sometimes sombre. Nowadays, with new designers at the helm, the look is aimed at the younger generation.
Right now you should be feeling the freedom of this music. Right now you should be feeling the vibe of this song. Everybody should be jumping up and down. Right now.
Inventive Indian designer Ritu Berry joined the House of Scherrer in 2001 as head of the ready-to-wear line. She put her native inspiration to work in an effort to give the house a new lease of life. And that she did, adding fantasy and sexy chic to her collections. Designing the haute couture line for the House of Scherrer is Stéphane Rolland. Joining the house in 1997, the French designer creates fluid, romantic and sexy garments. With 70% of his clients under 30 years of age, his collections are unmistakably aimed at the very young and the very beautiful. Showing at Paris Fashion Week in 2002, Stéphane displayed a collection inspired by German actress Marlene Dietrich. The seductive and outstanding collection ranged from tweed suits to kimonos, reminiscent of the 1930s. The history of the renowned fashion house began back in 1936, when Jean-Louis Scherrer studied fashion design in Paris. His talent took him to the House of Dior, where he worked with Yves Saint Laurent. He then joined the House of Louis Farrow until he set up his own label in 1962. His first collection was shown in the vaulted cellar of a wine dealer. With classic lines, modest shapes and sophisticated evening wear, the wives of affluent Arabs flocked to buy his garments. When he set up his ready-to-wear line, he also dressed the prosperous ladies of Paris and the world. In 1992, Jean-Louis bowed out of the industry at the age of 56. He sold to Japanese fashion house Cebu, who appointed Eric Mortensen and then Bernard Perry to head the design team, albeit briefly. Then, in 2001, the house was bought out by the French luxury group. With Stéphane Rolland at the helm, the House of Scherrer has once again become a house of influence. His 2003 Paris fashion show presented a haute couture collection that demanded elegance. Garments were superimposed, folded and rolled in a very Parisian spirit. His play of shadow and light made from movement caused an optical effect of multi-level contrasts. Preserving a definitively feminine balance, the collection earned the applause of the audience, which included an impressed Gérard Depardieu. Black and white challenged, with skirts swaying and twirling elegantly. An added splash of colour and a whimsical touch added a fun element to the striking display. The collection showed yet another reason why the House of Scherrer is still a much-loved institution in the fashion industry.